Hello, welcome to Encore. I'm Richelle Harrison Plesse. Thanks for joining us. Coming up on today's music show.
Love is a verb, love is a doing word.
Singer-songwriter Newton Faulkner is known for his catchy pop-folk melodies and his signature percussive style on acoustic guitar. Once dubbed the British Jack Johnson, Faulkner shed that nickname long ago, returning to the spotlight with a new album, Hit the Ground Running, more soulful than anything he's ever done before. Newton Faulkner, thank you for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Now, this is your 6th studio album. Why?
Quite a lot, isn't it?
It is. Congratulations. Why Hit the Ground Running?
I think it's a number of things have changed. This album is different in a lot of ways, mainly kind of business-wise, because it's the first album we've done independently. So I've started my own label, and I'm actually completely independent of stuff that I feel kind of got in the way in the past.
Like?
Just almost like the A&R process was great. Like the first album was really kind of well done, and then after that I felt like there was a kind of conflict of interests between kind of what I actually did and what people wanted me to do. And then with this, because there was no one else involved, I just got to do what I do. I've also amassed the knowledge to do what I want to do myself as well, so I produced it myself.
Okay.
Most of it. I got a producer in for 3 tracks and co-production on 1 other one. And it was all friends, and it was so much fun to make.
A good experience then.
Yeah,
well, let's take a
fun.
listen to the title track, Hit the Ground Running.
It's a long, winding road, breaks me down, but I come back twice as strong. So I guess that's alright. Keep falling down, but when I hit the ground, I know I'll hit the ground running.
Now, Newton, you said you wanted to push your voice further than before. It's definitely grittier and more soulful. I really hear this rasp and all these vocal runs.
Yeah.
How did you work on developing your voice?
Well, I think with this album, it was a case of not fighting it, not kind of, because I think with other albums, I kind of fought against soul a little bit, because there was a point kind of around my kind of 2nd and 3rd album where there were just way too many, especially like British male soul singers. They were just everywhere. So I kind of do that. Like if everyone's doing something, I'll just go and do something.
You're away
else
from that
for a bit. So I kind of moved away and moved more into kind of very layered, soft vocals and just different things. I think when everyone else was kind of heavily referencing soul stuff, I started referencing more kind of Peter Gabriel stuff and just going further in the opposite direction.
Now, is this extra depth in your voice also what sets this album apart from your previous work? Would you say that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's stuff on this album which I couldn't have sung maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Wow.
Like the bit just before we cut out in Hit the Ground Running, there's this crazy high note which I couldn't have got anywhere near before.
Wow.
Which I'm now doing every night, and I've done it on breakfast television, and it's now just there. And I think it was weird. I think the journey with my voice has been, I think, more interesting than my journey with guitar. Guitar, I just instantly just really dug into and got into the technical side and just loved doing it. And then my voice kind of has had to play catch up to that, because what I wanted to do, what I set out to do at the very beginning, was to keep everything kind of balanced. So keep the vocals as technical as the guitar playing, as technical as the songwriting, because I feel like that balance has been struck by so few people.
Now, you're also well known for a couple of covers, including that great Major Lazer track. Yeah. How do you make them your own and put your stamp on someone else's work?
I seem to do that quite naturally, because I love covers. I'm not kind of shy about them. And partly that's because of the whole school of guitar playing its kind of roots are in covers. Like the guys that inspired me to get into the more technical guitar stuff were guys that pretty much exclusively did arrangements of other people's songs. So because of that, I've always kind of lent towards them rather than away from them, and I don't mind. I think if they're good enough. I mean, Teardrop was quite a major decision whether to put that on the first album or not. And I remember sitting down.
It's risky, isn't it? Because it's such a huge sort of iconic.
I mean, that's what I like about Carla. I like doing things that you're either not supposed to be able to do, like Bohemian Rhapsody. I've been doing for years.
Wow.
And the reason, like the whole thought process behind that was like,
that's a risk. That's a challenging song
what's something
to do.
that you just can't do? And I was like, Bohemian Rhapsody. I was like, right,
I'm going to do it.
Dedicate a year to getting that. And Teardrop was another one. It was like one of those like untouchable tracks. I was like, okay, like if this is good enough, then it can go on the album. But if it's not, I'm literally destroying every copy of the recording available to man.
Now let's talk about your work in the American Idiot musical, an adaptation of the punk rock opera by Green Day. Did that experience make you want to return to the stage in that capacity?
I mean, that was a major curveball that I threw my own brain, and it was.
But apparently you like challenges, so.
I do like challenges, and it was. Oh, there is. It was. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a long run as well. I have a huge amount of respect for anyone in that industry, because it's 8 shows a week.
Yeah, it's intense.
For like 7 months. It was brutal. And it was obviously, yeah, the whole acting side, like even just the pure acting side, I hadn't done for years. Like I did quite a lot of acting as a child, but I took 16 years off, so I didn't remember that much. But it was kind of everything that goes with it. It was like the marks and the cues and remembering like a kind of hour and a half, 2 hour show, of which I'm only off stage for like 20 minutes.
Wow.
Because I'm pretty much there the whole time. It was crazy.
Sounds very interesting. Now you're going to perform for us at the end of the show, but before we do that, let's take a spin through the week's new releases. Former Oasis frontman Liam Gallagher is back in the spotlight, dropping his long-awaited debut solo album, As You Were. Since the iconic Britpop band split up in 2009, Liam has made headlines by trash-talking his older brother and former band member Noel. With its no-nonsense rock and roll anthems, critics are hailing the reflective record as Liam Gallagher's finest post-Oasis offering yet. Take a listen to the lead single. This is Wall of Glass.
Anyone can see right through your eyes all night. And I don't mean to be unkind, but I see what's in your mind. And the stone you throw will turn back in its path. One day you'll set up a wall of glass.
Let's move on to something completely different now. Rising alt R&B star Carla is releasing her first studio album, Take Me Apart. The Ethiopian-American singer-songwriter fuses sultry, spacey R&B with moody electro-soul and can count Solange and Bjork among her biggest fans. Carla says her sound is like drugs without the drugs. Check out this musical high. Let's roll LMK or Let Me Know.
Let me know. Said I gotta go. Don't wanna hear me say. Let me know. Ooh, by the way, no one's trying to settle down. All you gotta do is all you gotta do is let me know. All you gotta do is let me know. All you gotta do is let me know.
Now, from an up-and-comer to a supermodel/musician who also happens to be France's former First Lady, Carla Bruni has recorded her first album in English with a collection of intimate stripped-back covers called French Touch. She teamed up with legendary powerhouse producer David Foster, reinventing classic pop tunes by Depeche Mode, The Clash, ABBA and Tammy Wynette. And Bruni's signature smoky vocals appear to do the song's justice. Here she is tackling the Rolling Stones track Miss You.
Can't you understand? Been staring at my dreams, Lord, I miss you. I've been waiting on the hall be waiting on your call when the phone rings. Just a friend of mine says,
Carla Bruni there. Now, Newton, you're going to play us out today with your track Fingertips, so thank you so much for being here today. Remember, Newton Faulkner's new album, Hit the Ground Running, is out now, and you can also catch him on tour across Europe, including here in Paris this week. For more arts and culture news, head to our website and connect with us on social media. Stay with us here on France 24. Lots more coming up after this. Take it away.
You're so gracious. Next to you, I'm a mess. Just feed me something, 'cause I'm starving myself. Wake me up slow, drinking your glory. And I try being an man.